Hello, beautiful creatives. Welcome to Beginner's Mind, Art Mind. I'm Linda Marcel, and I'm actually doing something right now that I have never done before in the history of my YouTube video making. I actually uploaded a video and I was getting ready to do all the affiliate links and keywords and description, and I decided that I just didn't like the beginning of the video, so I took it down and I have put it back into my editing program, chopped off the whole introduction, and I'm redoing it. I was in an awful lot of pain the day that I made that video, and I really just didn't like the way that the intro came out. It was obvious that I wasn't feeling well and that I was in pain, and I wanted the beginning of the video to be a little more uplifting because I have a product that I'm going to talk to you about that I'm really excited about. It's not specifically made for disabled artists, but I personally am getting so much use out of it because I've been playing with it already, and I really can't wait to show you this art toolkit that I was sent. The company name is Art Toolkit, and I just can't wait to show this to you because it is so lightweight and so portable, and I have been using it in my art nest, especially during that horrible pain flare I was having the week that I filmed this video. This was so fabulous in my art nest, and I actually took it outside when my pain subsided a little bit day before yesterday. I actually took it out for a walk and used it outside a little bit. So here is the second take on this intro. I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you enjoy seeing the art toolkit. It's not a sponsored video. I don't make anything. There's no affiliate links. There'll be a coupon code below the video if you're interested in purchasing it. I'm just showing you this product because I really fell in love with it, and I can see that it's going to be very helpful for me in my own practice as an artist that struggles with chronic pain and chronic illness. I'm loving this. So here's the video. I hope you enjoy it. We're in the middle of another snowstorm, and I made Dawn go down to the mailbox and get this for me. That's how excited I was. First thing to love about Art Toolkit as a company is that all of their packing material is 100% recyclable. It's just this padded paper envelope with a piece of cardboard in it. There's no plastic. The item itself is not wrapped in plastic. So I love that. I can't tell you how much I love that. This is sturdy. This material is really sturdy. This looks like it would last a lifetime. There's two little straps here where you could put like a shoulder strap on, I suppose. And then when you open it, very sturdy zipper. Nice, big, chunky zipper. Not one of those little tiny thin ones. Really pretty sparkly sticker that says Art Toolkit with a heart and the paintbrush. And this, I will open in a second. This has all kinds of pockets for your brushes, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to fill mine. I haven't even thought about it too much, but I have my big, this is what I usually stick inside of my art bag when I go out, and it's chunky and it's heavy, and I don't need all the stuff that's in here anymore. So I'm going to transfer some of these things into here and make myself a much lighter travel kit. Let's see. So you've got pockets all along here, little pencil pockets or brush pockets, these bigger pockets. Can you guys see that? The little pockets and the bigger pockets there. It's got this nice little emblem for Art Toolkit. Taller pockets here for brushes. This pocket does fit my Art Creations, an A5 Art Creations sketchbook, so that is wonderful. You could put it on either side because you've got a big pocket on this side too. So first of all, there's this lovely little card that shows the Art Toolkit. There's two different sizes of this. This is the larger one. And it's somebody hand wrote, the person that sent this to me hand wrote "Happy Painting, Linda," in their handwriting, which is always, I think a handwritten note is always so nice. And then again, paper, wrapped in paper in a cardboard box, comes the little palette. And you know I'm going to have to save this box for pastels or something. This is just the perfect little size box. Okay, so this is the little palette. They have different palettes. This one is called the Explore palette. They have different sizes. I believe this is their mid-size one. They have a little demi palette that's even smaller than this one. And then they have a, I think it's called a folio palette. It's all really well laid out on their website. Featuring 6 vibrant Van Gogh by Royal Talens watercolors. The Explore palette is your ready-to-paint and fully customizable pocket watercolor palette. Visit arttoolkit.com for additional pans and accessories. Yeah, so you can customize this any way you want to. They sent me the black. It also comes in like a brushed silver color. Isn't that pretty? I like it a lot. Really nice finish on this. Okay, so then you open it up. And there's a little card. And the paints. So I didn't realize this was going to come with paints. One of you had just commented about how much you loved the Van Gogh paints. I think you commented on the video where I was swatching the Paul Rubens paints, but you said so many wonderful things about the Van Gogh paints. I have never tried the Van Gogh paints, so I'm really excited to try these. This is a mixing surface. These are mixing pans, so you have extra area to mix. Or the bottom is magnetized. You can pull these out and you can put in different pans. These are the tiniest pans, and then they have pans that are rectangles. And then they have even another size. They have all different sizes that you can use. They have different sizes of these little mixing pans that you can use. So it's extremely flexible, and it's kind of fun to go online and see how different people have organized their palette. But everything pulls off the magnet and goes back in. And I mean, it's totally up to you whether you would rather have the long rectangle pan so that you can have more of one color, or you like having more colors in a tiny amount. Because honestly, if you're going out for a few days worth of sketching, how much watercolor do you need? Watercolor goes such a long way. So I feel like it would be fun to have, you know, more colors in a smaller amount. Also because how many times have you put a color in your watercolor palette and then you've decided, oh, I wish I had put this other color in. Well, you could do that with this and then just buy a set of more. I think you can buy the pans singly or in a set. And I am going to get some of the rectangle ones, I think, just to have flexibility of how I set it up. But right off the bat, I like how much mixing area is in the way that they send this setup. I really appreciate the mixing area. I think you can get these mixing palettes in 2 squares. And I may do that on one side, end up replacing one of these long rectangles with the 2 squares, because then you could do like cools, warms, and, you know, neutrals or whatever. But this has a really nice feel to it, and it's so light. So the colors that are in here, this, I have to say too, this latch is really easy to get open for if part of your autoimmune issue is arthritis. Yeah, or if you just have regular osteoarthritis, this is super easy to open. So many times the clasps are really hard for my hands to function with. It has sides on it so that when you're holding it and you're mixing up here, there's a ledge here and ledges on the side. So if you're tipping it like that when you're mixing, it's not going to run water out all over you. The colors that they gave me with this are transparent yellow medium, permanent red light, phthalo blue, yellow ochre, quinacridone rose, and Paynes gray. And then you still have all that room to put in colors of your own. The Explore palette. We handpicked this versatile set of 6 vibrant watercolors from Van Gogh by Royal Talens to provide a solid foundation for your watercolor journey. Certified non-toxic with a high degree of light fastness, these paints will inspire beginner and expert artists alike. Beginner and experienced artists alike. Visit arttoolkit.com for tips and additional supplies, including paints and pans in a variety of sizes. And then, boy, the finish on this card is really nice. It's a matte finish. I really like it. And then explore mixing. Create a range of browns and grays by mixing complements such as red and green, yellow and purple, and blue and orange. Use Paynes gray to tone down any color. Limit mixes to 3 colors to avoid mud. And a little phthalo blue goes a long way. Yeah, that's interesting. I was wishing that maybe that was ultramarine instead of phthalo blue, but there's still plenty of pans left for me to put phthalo or ultramarine blue and maybe cobalt blue in there. Phthalo is just so highly staining. I'm not a huge fan of it. I know you can mix gorgeous colors with it, but we'll see. I'll fool around with it and see what I think. I think when we're coping with pain flare-ups or chronic fatigue, grief, stress, high levels of stress, it's so easy to talk ourselves into not creating. And I talk so much about creating yourself an art nest. And so many of you have sent me messages saying that you did create your own art nest and it changed everything. And I do oftentimes, my art nest gets too complicated. I have to sort of design it every so often because I end up starting to bring too much stuff down and it gets too complex, and then I end up maybe increasing my pain because I'm reaching for too much and I'm trying to do colored pencils and tombos and all the things in the art nest. And for times when my pain level is really intense, like today, I would probably, even in my art nest, say, well, I don't know, maybe I just am going to rest today. But with something this small and a water brush, it just doesn't get more easier than that. A little tiny sketchbook, this palette, and a water brush, and you're off, and you're creating. And, you can even have this in your lap with some pencils and things in it. I can really see taking this out and going for walks or going for a ride this spring and summer. Isn't that so much more, such a brighter yellow? When I first saw it in the pan, I thought it was going to be a much more muted yellow. Transparent yellow medium. Permanent red light. Boy, these Van Gogh paints re-wet like a dream. I had a lot of water on there and I really don't need that much water. Wow. Wow. They really wet very easily. So this is the phthalo blue. Isn't that a gorgeous blue? Wow. Okay, and this one is yellow ochre. And this one is the quinacridone rose. Ooh, pretty. Really, with this palette of colors, you can mix absolutely anything with these colors. Wow. Aren't those pretty? Pretty bright colors. Oh, and I didn't even, okay, so we got to mix a color, guys, because I've got all these mixing places that I haven't tried yet. You could mix anything with this palette. And just give it a wipe. And there you go. Get a good selection of greens. I mean, I could go on and on with the greens. You could mix beautiful, beautiful greens, and you can get your browns. And I've shown you in other videos how to mix a black. So you, with the Paynes gray, it would be so easy to get yourself a black or a dark, chromatic dark. Okay, so I'm going to take a break for a minute, and then I'll show you how I'm going to put this palette, this art toolkit together for my portable art nest. Okay, so now the fun part. Let's see how I'm going to put this together. The little palette fits right in here. Does it fit in this one? Oh, it does. It fits right in that one too. Okay, so your palette can go in there. I don't know why, but for some reason I prefer it up here. Okay, this sketchbook is the one I already filled, but the one I'm using is down in my art nest, so I'm not going to bother going to get that. That fits in there. And let's see, what am I going to take out of here? I definitely want my graph gear pencils, so these will go in here. What else have I got in here in this pocket that I probably don't need? This eraser pen I'm going to need, so I'm going to pop that on this side. Oh, a gel pen, a white gel pen would be good with watercolor. These pens, do I want these in here? Maybe I'll put them in for now and see if I decide to take only one or not. I probably would only take one. And then I could take a water brush, probably a mid-size water brush. It's a little tight for these big fat Derwent ones, so I might want to end up taking my thinner one. Let's see. Maybe a thinner one too. And then, in case I do decide to use my travel brushes, okay, here's those brushes. And then, yeah, this one I might put this in here. There's my biggest one. That was the littlest one, right? And then the Isabey. Somewhere I think I have a smaller tube of gouache, but I would put my white gouache in there. And, oh, I know, one of my little spray bottles, my little portable spray bottles. This is zinc white. I'm not sure if I would bring zinc white too or not. Okay, so I found my little water spritzer container. I'm sure I'm not going to keep all of these brushes in here, so that will open up one of these areas. I just want to try these brushes out and see which one I like best. I haven't used them in quite a while, but that would live in one of those pockets. And this I'll just stick in there for now. And since this is the sketchbook that I normally use for plein air painting, when I'm painting with my Alla Prima Pochade box, I think maybe I will switch this out to use with this kit. Yeah, I think I am going to stick this sketchbook in here. And this one is smaller, so it'll be lighter. But I like the hardcover, and I love that this book lays completely flat, opens completely flat. I have a feeling I'm going to want to get another one of these palettes. And I don't know if I'll get the bigger size or what. I mean, I can't afford to get one now, but at some point I might like to get the bigger size one for gouache and have the watercolor and the gouache. Because if I got the bigger size one, I could put this little one in here and I could stick the bigger one in there, or I could stick them both in there and then have this pocket to use. I like the idea of keeping it in the little pouch to keep it from getting all scratched up. I don't know how long that will last. We'll have to see, but really and truly, the only other thing I wonder if I will want is my viewfinder, my view catcher. Wow, I really think that's it, and it didn't increase the weight that much. Really, the thing that increases the weight the most is the sketchbook. But you could even use something as light as this little paperback sketchbook. I'll bring a rag. Instead of paper towels, I'll just pop a rag in there and use a rag for dabbing my brush on. Yeah, that would work good. So that's my kit put together. You can hear how sturdy that zipper is. That is a sturdy zipper. And there it is. Light as light can be. And a really nice sturdy case. And like I said, you could put a shoulder strap on there if you wanted. Carry it like a little purse. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Just carry it right over your shoulder like a purse. Nice. I am really pleased with this. Can't wait to show you how I end up using this in my painting sessions, both in my art nest, and hopefully I'll get outside more this year. I'm really hoping to feel better. Dawn and I are doing things to improve the mold illness and the my autoimmune issues, special diets and supplements and stuff. Oh, that's right. I still need to pick colors. Oh, wow. That could be like an entire video on its own, couldn't it? Yeah, I'll have to really give that some thought. Yeah. Oh, that's fun. I still have all these colors to fill. So I'm going to add the green gold. I'm going to add ultramarine blue. And what else? Green gold, ultramarine blue. Oh, buff titanium. I use this a lot for mixing. I think I'm going to add buff titanium. So that's 3. That leaves me with 3 more. And I was toying with the idea of burnt sienna. So that would be 1 more. And then I got to decide, do I want to bring any of my granulating colors? Okay, so I'm getting down to the finish line here. The only thing is I'm having trouble picking less than my 3 favorite greens, which is Perylene green, Undersea green, and green gold. If I choose the 3 greens, that means I can't bring either of my favorite granulating colors of moon glow or lunar blue. So I've got to think about that. But so I'm going to do a final swatching and see how they look together, the colors that I've picked. So these are what I'm thinking of adding. It's so hard to squeeze out just a tiny bit of paint from a tube. Ultramarine blue. Yeah, gotta have ultramarine blue. And burnt sienna. Just a convenience brown and mixes so many great colors. Buff titanium. The only thing that concerns me about bringing buff titanium in such a small palette is if I pollute my other colors with it and turn them into gouache, because buff titanium is opaque and more gouache. So that I'll have to see how it goes. If it ends up polluting my other colors, I'll just replace that pan. Let's see, Perylene green. Undersea green. And then green gold, which I think would enable mixing so many different greens. And summer in Vermont is about green, you know? Wow. Yeah. See, I was thinking maybe if I swatched them, I could exclude one of the greens and add back in one of those, but I don't think I can. I love those, and so much can be mixed from those three greens. I could change out the buff titanium, but again, that's a nice mixing color. So I think the lunar blue and the moon glow are going bye-bye. Okay, so there they are. I'll let them set up and then I'll pop them in. I will definitely be buying some of these small pans and maybe even some of the rectangular ones to change things up now and then. And as soon as my little paint choices set up a little better, I'll be popping those in. And I can't wait to take this out for a spin and play with it, whether I feel well enough to go outside and paint or whether I just decide to paint with it in my art nest. And these are the colors that I used. If I had more of the Van Gogh paints, I would have added more Van Goghs and kept it as a Van Gogh palette. These Van Gogh paints are actually so gorgeous that I think I might want to experiment with some more of those at some point because people have told me they're very affordable. But those are beautiful colors. So that is my art toolkit. And I'm super, super, super excited about it. And I'll put a discount code below, and I'll show you this when I have it all filled. I'll come back and shoot a little bit more when it's all filled. But I will put a discount code below the video in case anyone is interested. Again, they have all different variations. You can buy just the palette. You can buy the palette in different sizes from teeny tiny, this is the medium, to a larger size. You can buy just this with nothing else in it, with no palette in it. So you can do all kinds of different things, but I will leave the discount code below. And thank you so much to Art Toolkit for sending this to me. This is really special, and I'm really looking forward to getting hours of pain-free creating, or even creating in pain, you know? You guys know how it goes, those of us with chronic pain, but this is very manageable. Okay, guys, there is my art toolkit. There is my Explorer palette all filled out. Those are the Daniel Smith colors that I added. And it's going to be really fun to see how it goes with my new art toolkit. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of my videos, subscribe. And if you'd like to see more content from me on a more personal level, then check out my Patreon. The link to the art toolkit and the coupon code, as well as links to my Patreon, Instagram, and Facebook, are below the video. I'll also put a list of the paints that I used. I'll let you in on a little secret. If you ever wondered on days when I have really high pain levels, how come there are so many breaks in my videos, like editing breaks, it's because I come across the hall. So that's my studio. And I come across the hall, and this is my bedroom. And I lay down until my pain level subsides a little bit and take a break. And then I head back on over into the studio and resume filming for you guys. So that's a little insider peek at how I manage to put together longer videos when I'm struggling with high pain levels.